Just having a good chat about JP's freakishness there.
Yeah, superhuman, mate. Unbelievable character. Just, but yeah, probably needed a bit of context to just bang straight into it like that.
Yeah.
We're just discussing about how superhuman he is in terms of his game stats and how long he plays for such an elderly individual.
And he just, if he don't want to come off, he just don't come off.
Well, JP is one of these players who likes to play a long time, 80 minutes. How many players have you come across like that, Longy? Was Chris Joint like that as a senior player and a bit of a legend?
Yeah, well, Jointy used to play 80 minutes, but he played in the back row. There's not many players out there. The only one I can probably think of, is Adrian Morley. Adrian's, Mozzie's a tough place, and he's probably having his best year for a good while. But JP's immense. He always used to kind of, I don't know if it was just Leeds or him, but towards the end of the seasons, he just got better and better. He started off just normal, well, not normal, but awesome. But towards back end of the season, he was just flying, and then to do the minutes he does, in the middle, that's what so surprising.
He's almost prophetic sometimes, prophetic, in the sense that he'll say, right, I'm going to do this today. And you think, that'll be a fair effort.
What does he say, how many tackles he's going to do?
Well, not so much how many tackles, but he's pretty determined about how he wants to go about.
I saw his stats of the week, and he had like double the metres of any other player.
Yeah,
he had 211 metres.
Plus he'll knock 30 carries out and he'll get up plate to himself and go again. Talk about pecking order. If he wants to carry, don't waste any breath arguing, just go stand and support him. Fair enough, I'll push you. But it's great.
He's one of them people that's just, he's got his own mindset. It's completely like, as soon as he crosses that white line, it's JP time. Yeah,
and it's great to have somebody like that inside. Honestly, when you go into them big games, World Cup challenges, grand finals, and you've got somebody like him, a machine, a legend, a man of renown, like the guys in the old school in the Genesis in Bible when he's talking about giants, real flipping individual, unreal, like a pharaoh.
There's not that many players, forwards anyway, middle units, what can fire over 200 metres, a game. I think obviously James Graham, he would do 80 minutes at St Helens and he would get over 200, plenty of times, but not many guys can do that. Definitely,
that's a massive effort, isn't it? How do you even contemplate replacing someone like that? Is he replaceable?
I think so, but I mean, it's not always been like that. I guess things develop and you become an experienced player. Don't get me wrong, he's always been very good, but you remember Jamie Peacock's career, when you listen to him speaking, he went to Australia and he stacked shells and he did it. It was about 22, I think, before he sort of started making big strides, and then really quickly, man of steel, big player at Bradford, come to Leeds, and he's a legend. He would go down as one of the best forwards, one of the best forwards in the Super League.
He's the most decorated player, isn't he, of all time?
Yeah, he's got an MBE, mate. That's pretty cool. He's a very decorated.
I actually thought you had an OBE.
OBE?
Have you got one? A written one?
They're not going to give me one of them.
I thought you had one. I tell people all the time he's got an OBE. I thought you had one. It was just a joke that you got one, big guy. But
I wish.
We'll get you one somehow.
Yeah, you just got to vote for me.
Why don't we have our own? We should have our own Rugby AM awards at end of year. We said that before, didn't we? We wanted to do that, and we'll have an OBE special service. You're my man. You're my boy, Blue.
Yeah, thank you.
You're my boy.
Cheers, man.
What's next, Tyre? I'm lost. That's all that shit here. That game was pretty good. I'll give you that tonight. What is it now, Chudog? You're stepping up to the mic.
It's time for Try Me.
Oh, is it? Yes. So it's you versus Jordan versus Sean.
Yeah.
And it's a guessing game. It's really good. And the loser of the game lets the winner send a tweet for 24 hours off the phone to the Twitter. Is it a deal?
I could get sacked here.
No, it can't be anything that gets you in trouble with your club.
Right.
But it can be funny. Like, for instance,
okay.
For Jazz Sammers, I wrote something like, what were it?
No, don't rip it. It was on about...
Omar Khan, yeah. Something like, Omar's put me off career for life, so I love Wakefield Pie Shop now. Something else, can't remember. But it got good. Got a lot of retweets.
I think the best one so far has been...
Mavers. Oh, dear.
Yeah. We can't repeat that one.
He used to go out with, Mercedes from Hollyoaks.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought, I'll tell you off air. We're class.
Okay.
Is he going to play?
I might send one and say you sent it.
Yeah, just do it,
Do about 4.
Go on then, try me.
Right, so how it works is I'll read you out a statement saying who the first one we start with. Then you've got to guess, I'll give you another name, you've got to guess if they've scored more or less tries than that person. Now all the stats are taken from the Super League website.
Right. So it's like Bruce Forsyth's higher or lower?
A little bit like that.
Yeah.
Bruce.
Yeah.
Good
way to
game,
start.
good game.
Right then, so last week's guest, Daryl Griffin, has scored 24 career tries. But as Leeds Rhinos legend Barry McDermott scored more or less tries than Griff.
More.
What do you think?
I have to say less then, what?
No, you don't have to say. You can
You
do
don't
the
have to,
same.
because there's a tiebreaker at the end if you want to go the same.
I'll say less.
1-0 to Longy.
Oh.
45.
Miles over.
So Big Baz has scored 45 career tries,
Yeah.
but as the slob, Elliot Whitehead, scored more or less career tries than Baz.
Mad.
Yeah, 'cause he's got
He's got a few hat-tricks.
he's got a few hat-tricks, hasn't he, for Bradford and that. But he hasn't played that long,
I'm
has
going
he?
to say less.
He's only 25,
I'm
isn't
going to go less. He's only young.
A point apiece.
Yes.
Not far off though, 34.
I didn't.
All right.
So it's 2-1 to Longy. So Elliot Whitehead has scored 34 career tries, but as owner of Super League's best beard and cheese pot finder, Danny Kermond scored more or less career tries
he?
than
He used to be a
Elliot.
winger, didn't he?
More.
He used to be a winger.
You got to gamble.
He did, he used to be a
I'm
winger.
going less anyway, I don't agree with you.
Do you know?
On nothing.
You never agree with that.
The Cats pulled it back.
Oh, the cat! Go on, the cat.
31 career
That was
tries.
close, wasn't it?
So Danny Kermond has scored 31 career tries, but as veteran prop and Team Taurus Supremo, Jamie Langley
Yeah.
scored more or less tries than Kermode.
Have you seen his hair?
Been a bit,
He shaves his hair for charity, doesn't
tries.
he? Yeah, it looks so different.
Unrecognisable.
So long as
Well,
going more,
that's
it's 2 apiece at the minute.
Langer's
How
less.
many is there?
This is the
30.
last one, so if you draw on this one, it's a tiebreaker.
If you win this,
Go for it, Tans. Go for it.
So long as
Langer-
saying more, are you going more or are you
he
going
didn't
less?
cross over
Tam?
very
I'm
often.
saying less.
You saying less? Get your phone out, Mr. Tansey.
Oh, ruined!
We'll get sacked.
3 tries more.
Sacked in the morning. You're getting
34
sacked in the
career
morning.
tries.
Sacked in the morning. You're getting sacked again.
Who was that referee?
My battery's dead.
Who was that
It's on charge
referee
over there.
who pushed over? Is he on Twitter?
Yes, yes.
No to do with rugby.
Okay, well, nothing to do with rugby. Okay, no problem.
Mate, are you scared for tomorrow? No? Not at all.
Nothing phases Tans,
Nothing.
does it? Nothing phases.
No, I've been absolutely papping myself. Good game, actually. What are you looking at now?
Good lad, good lad.
My next bit.
I'm
What?
competitive.
Oh, yeah. I was in post today. Completely. Right, I'm going to play a game called This or That. This is Tyres Genius. Is this like... mate, it's really bad, this. Quick fire.
It's quick fire.
This is... No,
one
I won't
word
say
answer.
Jonesy can do it, because I think it's really bad. I wouldn't do that in a million years. I'll do... what's it called? Knowing me, knowing you. It's better. Go on then, Jonesy. This or that.
So who am I asking here?
I don't know, mate. It's Tyres Genius, that.
Tyre, talk to me.
Where it says Sean Long, ask Sean Long.
Oh, that helps, yeah. Yeah, Sean Long at the top. I read
Yeah.
to Sean Long, is that
Yeah.
it? Cool.
Go on.
Go
one,
on, quickly.
one word, quick answer.
Tea or coffee?
Coffee.
Beyonce or Rihanna?
Rihanna.
Night out with the lads or night in with the missus?
Lads. Obvious.
Film or a book?
Film.
Dance or R&B?
R&B.
McDonald's or Burger King?
McDonald's.
Eddie or Steve-O?
Neither.
Jeans or trackers?
Jeans.
Dreads or no dreads?
No dreads.
Ooh. Do you miss your hair?
Did I wash it?
Did you miss it? Do you miss it? You had some bonkers haircuts.
Yeah.
Bit
Yeah. I
reserved
just-
nowadays, Longy.
Yeah, I know. I'm getting old, you see, and trying to hold down a job.
What were you thinking? Did you just think, I know
Well,
I'll
what I
get
did,
dreads?
I always grew my hair, and then before I shaved it off, I was going to like shave it all up, but it was really, really long, and I thought, do you know what, I'll dread it up for a bit. I'll dread it up for a year or two, and then after a while it just smelled. You know what I mean?
Did you wash it?
No, never used to wash it. No, I used to put like wax on it and that. But no, never used to wash it. It used to get, yeah. Well, they said it would clean itself.
Yeah. In fact, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, after a year.
Last one, Saints or Salford?
A Saint, and I'm always a Saint. I'm a Saint.
That's every time I think of someone, I think St Helens. Just can't get anything other than Saints.
I am a Saint, aren't I?
Yeah,
You are a saint, Lonnie. We love you.
without a doubt.
Tans,
Tansey, you ready?
Let's go. I don't know.
I'm excited for you.
Emmerdale or Coronation Street?
Emmerdale.
KFC or fish and chips?
Fish and chips.
Rita Ora or Katy Perry?
Rita Ora.
let's go with Pezza.
Lager or bitter?
Lager.
Costa or Starbucks?
Starbucks.
Sean Long or Kevin Sinfield?
Longy.
Oh,
Sorry, Kev.
Gym or pub?
Pub.
Looks or personality?
Looks. Obvious.
Brad Pitt or Leonardo DiCaprio?
Brad Pitt. Fit as.
Trunks or shorts?
Shorts. Little one.
Jamie Thacker or Richard Agar?
Facts.
Castleford or Leeds?
Leeds. And Cass.
that's quality. It's a lot better than I thought of it.
Cheers.
Well done, Taya. We're going to play teammates now. We're going to play teammates. Longer you can do anyone who you've either coached or played with. Tansey, it's all about Castleford for you, mate. All right, so we'll start teammates. We'll ask you some questions about your teammates, but we'll start with Longy. Who's the ugliest? Who's the ugliest teammate you've played with?
Nick Fozzard. He's a good mate, friend of mine, Foz, but he always used to remind me of that guy off the Full Monty.
So you're going to say Goonies then?
Yeah, Goonies, yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, he was in Coronation Street for a bit, and he used to have
was
like,
selling.
oh yeah, well, I don't know. He was just like a paraffin lamp on Coronation Street. I used to text him to what you doing on Coronation all the time. He was fuming.
Who's the pretty boy? Prettiest player I've played with? Harvey.
I would say I don't know, like Scully used to look pretty decent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He always,
Glamour.
Yeah, he glamour, wasn't he? Glamour.
Who's the worst dressed? Who's been out on nights out and you gone, oh my god, what are they wearing?
Got to be an Aussie. They're terrible dress sense, aren't they? Probably Matt Gidley.
Like Gidley. Who's the worst taste in music? Shockers in the gym. Bad gym tunes.
Yeah. James Roby. You know, yeah, like just 80s cheese and stuff like that. Yeah, not good at all.
Tiffany, I think we're alone now. Something like that.
Yeah, something like
Terrible. Who's got the dog's body? Who's had the worst body you've ever seen in a changing room?
that. Leon Price.
Who's the best dancer on the night out?
I don't know. Don't know. Martin of Fire.
Yeah.
Martin of Fire, very good dancer.
Feet of Fire.
Yeah, very good dancer.
Prankster. Who's the best prankster of your career?
John Wilkie.
What's the best prank he's ever done?
We did it on Lee Gilmore.
Alright. Con Gilly.
We was
Deeds.
Mr. Deeds.
Mr. Deeds.
We was training one day and he'd upset one of the guys in town, a bit of a gangster. So
How?
I don't know. And so what we did, we got someone after training finished. We was all stretching off. We got someone to run out the bushes with a gun and a mask and a baseball bat, and he kept chasing him across the field and shot him with his gun. He went bang, and everyone started running off. But it was Kieran Cunningham's mate. We stitched him up.
That's class.
Strong that.
That is
Genius, that,
That's genius, isn't it?
that took some thought by me and Kieran. That
what did he do, Gilly?
they all run, all team. You should have seen how fast Leon Price was. Full team like this.
Where were coaches?
We had to tell Mick Potter that we was going to do it. And there was only 4 people knew. There was me, Paul Wellens, Mick Potter and Kieran Cunningham, and the whole team scuppered. But he did shoot a blank gun, like bang, bang, and honestly, it was crazy.
I did not think that was going to happen then. That's class. Oh my God.
Jonesy don't know what to say.
What would happen if that happened at Leeds?
Mate, that's one of the best ones. That's one of the best ones I've ever read. Somebody running
Took some
around.
thought.
What's the best one you've seen at Leeds?
Mate, I can't be beat that. Not by a long way, I don't think.
That
no.
can't be beat.
No, you know us. We're all choir boys up there, mate. That's crazy. But good fun. Get on with it.
Who's the hardest trainer you ever trained with?
Irish trainer, Willie Tello.
Who's the worst trainer you've ever seen in your professional career?
I don't know. There's been some bad ones.
Go on
James Graham.
then. Who bad, yeah?
Yeah, in gym, he was terrible.
Who's the most skillful player you've ever played with?
Jimmy Lyon.
How good is he? Do you know, right?
I know.
That he just says he didn't want to play for New South Wales. All the Aussies hate him. He's like hated. He's fully hated over there. It's like, 'cause I said to the guy working in this design team at Roosters, how come he never gets picked for Australia or New South Wales? He went, don't you know? I went, what? He went, he's just basically turned around and said he had a beef with the coaches years ago. So I don't want to play anymore for New South Wales or Australia, and that were it. And he just turns them down every year. This is if you played and they'd been smart, because Greg Inglis in from Queensland is from New South Wales. And like Brad Fittler, when I interviewed him, he proper blew up by it, like proper passionately angry about it, going, I can't believe this system, New South Wales, let Greg Inglis go play for them. And now he proclaims to be a Queenslander, ain't a Queenslander. But I've got the full interview. I want to put it on the website. You can listen to it this week.
He's getting better though, Jamie, isn't he? He's playing
mate,
better and better. So maybe having a rest and good pre-season, that's the way forward.
Do you think, like you were saying about Jamie Peacock, that as you know you're coming towards end of your career, you kind of know your body, you know your own mind, and you're probably a bit more mature. Do you think you got to develop into a better player?
I once asked that question to a guy called Edgar Curtis, and he was our conditioner from Texas in America, and he said the peak time for a human body is like 22, 23, but it's not till back end of your 20s that you get the body and mind relationship, so you understand what you can and can't do. And I think as you get a bit older, you realise that a lot more and become a lot wiser as to what things you need to eat, drink, train, and just perfect it. And obviously that a game management as well, getting about the pitch without wasting too much energy, I think, and obviously the nervous energy, the maturity, not being too worked up about it as well. So I think that's probably why some players can go on a lot longer now.
Yeah, he's just got better and better, hasn't he? So definitely knows his own body.
Right, who's the quickest player you've ever played with?
Darren Albert.
Who's that?
He was a winger for St Helens. He come over from Newcastle Knights and blonde hair, white hair, yeah. He basically any breaks, he was game over. He just yeah. So do you know what? I tell you now, that would be a good race because Jimmy was absolutely rapid. He could beat Jason Robinson when I was at Wigan. They always used to race and stuff like that. Yeah, it was mental. Everyone used to stand in the track and watch him. Like a 40-metre sprint and that. And Jibba would just beat him. So to see him and Darren Albert race, because he's a pure sprinter, Darren. So yeah, it's them two.
Who's the slowest?
I don't know this. Richard Whiting.
Richard White.
He's slow.
But he's class though, isn't he?
Yeah, class. He's smart. He just runs good lines, but yeah,
he looks like someone who he's just looks like a good player, doesn't he? You know what I mean? But he always plays really well.
That's his name. Yeah.
Talks like.
Who's the hard man? Oh, played with some hard men over years.
Yeah. I always say he was not the toughest, as in fighting wise or anything like that, but he was just to play with Kieran Cunningham was really hard. You know what I mean? He never got sent off for, in his career, but he was just tough as anything. But play with Terry Newton, in Great Britain and stuff like that, he was tough, man. So some tough lads out there.
Are you looking forward to Lions coming back? Do you think it's good for the game?
Yeah. When's that?
2015.
No, it'd be good.
Just put your hand up the coach.
I'd
be great top. I'll put me down for media manager.
I won't come home this time.
Who's the funniest guy you've ever played with? Made you laugh all the time.
We had some good characters at St Helens. Really good. Mr. Deeds was quite funny to me, you know what I mean? Gilly, Leon and that. But Foz was the funniest man I've ever met in my life.
He's weird, isn't he?
Yeah, he's weird, but I get him, and it's one of those things where, not many people get him, but he just makes me laugh.
You know what, with Fozzie, I've got to know him a few years ago, and he's just such a nice bloke, and it's a real character, and I get these mad texts like, I'm driving home at 4 in the morning, he's like, ooh, where are you, sexy? I'm like, what? Like, where are you, sexy? I'm like, I'm just driving home from work, and ooh, we shower there. It's like, weirdest things.
I don't know whether I should say this, like, but we used to have a physio room there, and we used to have treatment and stuff like that, but there was like this cupboard where all the strapping was. Right, and I was getting my ankles strapped because I got poor ankles, and then, Foz, you saw him go in this like cupboard where all the strapping was, and then no one thought anything of it, and after about like 20 minutes you could hear his and he taped himself up to this chair and put some tape in his mouth, and he went naked.
Taped himself up.
Taped himself up, put some things in his mouth, some tape. It was just like that rocking on his chair.
Oh my God.
It was honestly, it was the funniest thing I've ever seen. And the physio just looked at him and went, oh, like, just didn't get him.
Chev told me the best story ever. Like when he went on the first Great Britain camp, we were about 16, and he was rooming with Foz. And he says, I'm not going to say it, but he says, I'll tell you off air. He's absolutely class.
Yeah.
Guys,
Well, there's plenty of stuff I could say about Foz off air. Like,
who's been the best at golf out of the players you played? You golf for yourself?
Yeah, I used to do a little bit. I didn't play with him, but I played at golf with him, Liam Colburn. Yeah, I played off 2 or something like that.
And who was the longest in the shower?
Ooh, I played with. Well, I didn't play with him. A lad who's from Cass actually. Played at St Helens with me. Chris Smith, Smiggy.
Yeah.
He spends ages in shower.
Yeah, did all right, mate. Don't even know.
So, no, not him.
Oh,
No, the winger.
Oh, right.
Chris Smith, little winger. He played at Cass and little pocket rocket.
He
And
plays
he went
at UF now. Is it from York?
He's from York, yeah, but he lived in York.
He plays at UF now, doesn't he?
Yeah.
But amateur team, yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, Smiggy.
Right, on to Cass Vegas, just outside Ponte Carlo. Who's the ugliest in the team down at Cass this year?
Jamie Ellis.
Jimmy, he's massive, isn't he, for a 7? What's his BMI?
What's that?
His body mass index.
I don't have over 200.
Who's the pretty boy at team? Got to be Gibbs on it.
Yeah, Gibboy does. He goes alright.
Who's worst dressed?
Worst dress? Adam Milner.
Shocker.
He thinks he looks good, but yeah.
Who's the worst taste in music?
Jake Webster.
Yeah, what's he play?
Just loads of gangster rap shite.
Yeah, don't swear. Who's got the dog's body?
Jamie Ellis.
Who's the best dancer?
Best dancer? I don't know, to be honest.
You.
Yeah,
You've got to be up
probably
there.
me. Yeah, I'll be
You've
up
got
there.
some shapes, ain't you?
I do a lot of dancing.
I remember when you were dancing on floor in Hope, do you remember that?
Yeah, backswing.
Yeah, backswing. Who's the prankster of the team?
Prankster. Miller.
What's the best prank you've had since you've been there? You've seen?
Not compared to Long is I don't know really, just all messing about with shoes and stuff, weeing in shoes and stuff.
Who's the hardest trainer?
Probably Weller. Weller trains hard.
He's serious, isn't he, Weller?
Yeah,
I bet no one messes with Weller.
he's nice, good.
Has he gone well this year?
Yeah, he's playing really well. Yeah.
Who do you reckon is like most improved player on the team for performances at the start of the season from last year?
I don't know really. We've got a new squad, haven't we? There's a lot of new faces, and everyone's playing well.
What's happening with Brent Seymour? Is he not there?
Nah, they've released him. I don't know what he's doing now. I think he's looking for a club.
Is he?
Mm.
Milford went well this weekend.
18-10. 10 was it against Barrow?
Yeah, Barrow only pulled it back in the last 10 minutes.
Been a big upset that, wasn't it?
That'd been class, wouldn't
Dream
it?
come true.
The fish. Go the green, go the fish. Who's the more skillful at training? Who's got the skills, takers? You got me up there, haven't you?
I'd like to think so. Daz Clark is skillful.
Rangi said you last year when Rangi came on here. He said you were more skillful. That's coming from Rangi. It's big techers that. Daz Clark. Who was the quickest?
Quickest. Tell you what, for Justin Carney will be up there for the size of him. He's pretty fast when he gets going.
He's a winger, he'd hope so, won't you?
And Shenton is pretty quick.
Dorner? Is he? No, not quick, is
Yeah, he'll be up there.
Who's best fullback at club?
Rich Owen.
Who's the slowest?
Slowest. Probably Huber.
Hard man.
Weller.
Funny man.
Funny man. Carney as well. He's probably.
What?
He's up there.
Did he get
He's a man of
Sargentson? Did you see
everything.
like what Sargentson said?
No, I didn't see that. I saw him
Judah,
punch Bateman.
Yeah.
Well, he's Dan Sargent's coming up the show. I've never met him, but I said to Josh this morning, I was talking to Josh. I said, "Oh, who can you get on from Wigan who's a bit of a character, someone who probably haven't seen before?" I went, "Oh, mate, Sarge." I went, "Sarge who?" I went, Dan Sargent. Sarge we know. I thought, how would he know him? He's mental him. But yeah, so and then he's had a go at Bailey. So you're pretty brave to have a go at Bailey because Bailey does like a retaliate, doesn't he? So sent a tweet about his testimonial game.
I think it's something they do down at Wigan. Each week they've got they do something with training. Whoever loses, so the team get to send a tweet off the phone
Is
each
it?
week.
Ah.
So I think he lost, and when we were playing Wigan, they got to tweet off his phone to Justin Carney.
Oh, right.
Can't wait for you to run at me, so I'm going to bash you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Carney
I think that's what they do down at Wigan.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Another one
Catching
copying
up.
our game.
Catching on.
So yeah, you've got to send a tweet with your phone anyway. As long as you've got to send a tweet.
Come on, hand it over.
Get it handed over.